Welcome back once again, YouTube. In today's tutorial, we want to work on a very simple church flyer design. Simplicity is always key when working on design, so we just want to follow that principle just to add a professional and creative look to our design. So without much ado, let's just dive right into it. So the very first thing we're going to do is to create a background. Alright, so anytime you want to create a background, we use the rectangle tool. So you click on that, double click and drag. Okay, and then specify the dimension. This is a social media artwork, so we are going to be using a perfect square. This with a width of 210 and a height of 210. Alright, so when done with that, you simply click, press enter key on your keyboard and press P to center align it. And the very next thing we need to do is to take off the outline. Okay, so anytime you are working, I always state for our previous videos that if you don't really have a reason for keeping the outline, you need to take it off. Okay, so it makes your work look very professional. Alright, now let's import in our design resources. That's the images we'll be using for this particular design work. So use the shortcut Ctrl+I, or simply use this very icon here which says import. So when we click on that, it takes us to our storage where we have our design resources within. So I have mine in this very folder right here. So you highlight all, okay, click on import, position them on the workspace. This should be here, okay, and finally this, okay. So the very next thing we are going to do is to apply a color to our background. So we move to the interactive fill tool, or simply click G, press G on your keyboard to take you to the interactive fill tool. Double click on the background. Okay, by default it applies this gradient fill of black and white to our object. So you click on a white box, apply ice blue to this. Okay, click on this and apply deep blue. All right, adjust this to fit perfectly fine. Okay, now from there we need to get our background. This is just applying color to our background. So we have some images here which we need to blend with the background. So we are going to start off first with this very image. Okay, increase the size of this so you can see. Now per the theme of this church artwork, which says Sons of Victory, we want to focus on some images of heavenly beings, okay, with the cloud and all that, right? So with this well positioned here, you move to your transparency tool, click on it, double click here and fade the upper part of our image. All right, with that faded, you go to the blend mode right here, drop down arrow, you click on that and choose overlay. Okay, so this is what you are going to have at the end. All right, now you right click on this and select power clip, position it in the background. Very good. The very next image you are going to be working with is this very image right here. You scale this up, okay, scale it up a bit, then you as well apply a transparency fill called overlay to that as well. All right, great. Now we need to fade the bottom as well to effectively blend these two images. So to do that, we move back to our transparency tool and this time drag down. Okay, we drag it down. So this way it looks as though we have the individuals, heavenly beings right beneath what the stairs leading to, is it Heaven Gate? Okay, so you right click on it, select power clip and position it in the background. Position it in the background. All right, very good. The very next image we are going to be using is this very image. So we need to mirror this horizontally, okay, to face this way. Fade this very part, okay. Now to fade another part of an image, you need to convert it to a bitmap, or else trying to fade another part without having to convert leaves the previous part coming back to its previous state. Alright, so you go over to bitmap, convert it to bitmap. Alright, always leave the resolution at 300 here as well, and convert to bitmap. Great. Now we need to fade this a bit. This time we aren't going to use imaging mode, but just to blend this in a bit this way. Very good. And this looks very, very nice. Alright, so you right click on this and power clip as well into your background. Let's adjust the transparency film of this. Okay. Great. With our background all set, we need to position this object right here. Okay, so we mirror this as well horizontally. Scale this up a bit. Right click and select power clip and position inside the background. Okay. Anytime you want to make adjustments, you simply click on edit power clip, or right click on the power clip and select edit power clip. Alright. Now, if you've noticed, all the items we are using for this design works communicate a message, and that is the purpose of design. You always want to communicate a message to your audience, okay, by using colors, text, as well as images. So they are going to have to type in the theme for this church design. Songs of Victory. Okay, great. The very next thing is to break this apart. So we use Ctrl K in breaking the text elements apart. Highlight or apply a font called Magenia. Magenia is a downloaded font, so if you want to work with it, you simply have to get it downloaded, installed on your device so you can use. Now let's reduce the spacing of this. Reduce the spacing of this as well. Now we need to break this off in songs apart. We are going to be using a different object here to have this on, okay? With that being done, let's apply a color to this very color to this text. Alright, it seems a bit contrasting a bit with the background, so we need to adjust this here. Great. Now it's much more visible. Double. Alright, great. Now we position this right here. This is a cloud image. Position it right here. Control page up to bring that to the top. reduce the transparency a bit, okay, so the text can be a bit visible. Control D to duplicate, reduce the size of that and position it right here. Control D to duplicate. Okay, position right here, and finally Control D to duplicate as well and position it right here. Okay, I'll click this into the background because it's off the frame of our design workspace. Very good. Now it's all set, we need to apply a merging mode to this very lens flare. Okay, so to do that, we go back to the transparency to fade this very part off. Okay, convert it to bitmap, fade the top as well, convert to bitmap. The reason why we are doing this is because simply because if we don't fade the edges, they will provide some lines on the lens flare per the merging mode we are going to use. Okay, so that is why we need to fade the edges of this lens flare. Very good. Finally, you move to your merging mode once again, and this time you choose screen. What it does is that it hides the darker part of any object and reveals the lighter part. Okay, so you can see that effect, right? Great. We need one more image to import, so Control I. It isn't here, right, on the desktop, so we need to select this grid, position it right here. Sons of Victory. Go to your shape tool, highlight these two knots, then drag this to the very down. You don't want that portion, the hanger portion of it to be visible, so you simply just drag to the very down. I select this text, Control Fit to bring that to the top, and use this font called the name of this font is called Shorelines. Okay, also a downloaded font. All right, great. Now we apply a color of white to this. Okay, scale this text bits up. All right, okay. Now finally is the theme, is the Bible verse, time and location for our design. So Psalm 98, I need to change this font. Psalm 98, all right. With your shape tool, you increase the spacing between the letters. And apply this very color to it. Control D to make a duplicate. Change the font to magenta once again. And type the Bible page or send. Okay, so the spacing needs to be reduced. Alright, great. Sync onto the top and the sun. Alright. All the time. That plus okay. Lost things. This right and this right arm. Picture. Great. Now we need to center align this. Okay. Reduce the spacing between the lines. Alright. Then apply. Apply this very same color to this. Great. Make a duplicate of this. Okay. Six. Block here. October. Spirit. Account Victoria. Great. Let's power click this lens flare to the background. Select all the text elements. Okay. And skew them a bit up. Alright. Position this a bit right here. Great. This is what we've been able to come up with at the end of this video. Very simple but yet professional design work. Alright, so just follow through. Use the resources that will be provided with a link in the description for you to access, practice, and try your hands on it. If you are new to the channel, please consider subscribing, turning on the notifications so you don't miss future updates. See you in our next video.